If you want to learn how to stop life from sabotaging your goals at the very worst moment, stay tuned because you're going to love this history. Have you ever noticed how things just don't seem to go wrong at random? I mean, things happen to go wrong when they matter the most. Your phone dies when you're in the middle of talking to your manager, your Wi-Fi crashes right during an interview, and your motivation disappears right when you have time. What if I told you this isn't just bad luck? There is a principle behind it, and once you understand it, you can master it and learn how to counter it. You will start catching the chaos before it hits you. Let me show you how using one of the most brutal history lessons. It is January 1912. And the cold isn't just uncomfortable, it is deadly. 5 men are standing in the middle of Antarctica. These men are breathing air that is so cold that it feels like it's cutting through their lungs. They have been walking for months. Their food is almost gone and their fingers are numb. Their feet are swollen and dark with frostbite. And in front of them, there is a flag. And no, it's not theirs. There is a Norwegian flag flapping in the wind. Imagine that moment. You've suffered for months and you just realize that on top of that, you lost. Robert Falcon Scott, the leader, pulls out a notebook and writes a heavier sentence that feels heavier than even the ice around him. It reads, "The worst has happened." This is because this wasn't just a trip to him. It was a goal. Not just any goal, his life's goal. So they turn around and start the journey back. It is treacherous, cold, and this is where it gets so scary. It gets so cold that one man collapses. Another man slowly loses his ability to walk. They reach the supplies depot, and they are not where they expected. Not by a lot, enough to ruin everything on this trip. As if this isn't just the worst, a storm traps them in the tents for days. They can't move, they can't eat enough, they can't warm up. I'm pretty sure by now, if you're hoping for the best, I'm just gonna tell you right now, they never make it home. All 5 men die. And now here's the part that messes with your head. Another team did the same journey in the same year, they had the same supplies, and they all survived. So what was the difference? Was it luck? Was Scott cursed? Or did something deeper happen? Now, hold that thought, because what happens to Scott happens to us on a daily basis. Let me ask you something. Have you had a week where everything went wrong back to back to back? It's like you had a chain reaction that you began and couldn't stop. You're late, you can't find the address, your phone dies, nobody wants to talk to you, you finally get there, sit down to focus, someone distracts you, you lose your wallet. Just one of those shitty days that people get from time to time, and you start thinking, am I being punished for my ancestors' sins? Why does life do this to me? Yep, that feeling has a name. This is Murphy's Law, and Murphy's Law states anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But here's the part that people miss. Murphy's Law isn't about the universe trying to get you. No, for you and I, this just means that your perfect plan of the week, it has some weak points that you need to analyze and know where they are. You need to look into that essay deeper. You need to look into that work project deeper. Because eventually, life will hit those points. Let's be honest, the more steps something has, the higher chance of something likely to fail in that project. Antarctica had storms, distance, temperature, energy, food, you name it. Your life has motivation, deadlines, money, people, friends, work, relationships, you name it. If you're relying on everything to move on smoothly, Murphy's Law will humble you. For Mountain of Growth family, this is where it hits us. You're not lazy because you don't care. You're lazy because you're overwhelmed. You have ambition, you want growth. But you also have real life coming to you steadily like a notification machine. So how can you and I counter Murphy's Law? When you're trying to grow, you can't rely on motivation. You just can't. Because the moment you decide that I'm going to get my life together, Murphy's Law decides to play a game with you. You're going to get distractions, bad timing, lack of money, sleep, and that one friend that only calls when you're doing really well. So the question is, how do you build goals that can withstand life when you get problems coming and hitting you back to back to back? Now, Falcon Scott's team didn't lose because they were weak men. They lost because they were not fully prepared. They were depending on hope more than preparation. Then the other team, it was led by someone called Roald Amundsen. He planned as though failure was part of the project. He prepared for the worst. He built backups for backups. So when the worst happened, it did not end their mission. And think about it. Luck is often preparation that you and I don't see. So how can you and I outsmart Murphy's Law? Here are 4 ways that you can use to beat Murphy's Law. Number 1, remove the extra steps. When you're doing a project, ask yourself, what am I doing that has too many moving parts? Parts that are not necessarily that you're likely to forget or that are likely to cause you to stumble on your project. Simplify your morning routine, simplify your habits, simplify your plan. This will make it very easy for you to win on a bad day. For me, when it comes to working out, I just do the compound movements. My plan of working out is very, very simplified. It only takes 2 to 3 minutes a day. And doing this prevents me from being overwhelmed by working out. So any other time I can pick up the weight and do the steps. And afterwards, if I'm feeling good, I can do more. But otherwise, the base should be covered, which is the compound movements every day for 2 minutes. Do the same thing in your life. Find a way to simplify the big projects in your life. Number 2 is simple. Leave more time so that when things happen, you have a buffer period whereby you can adjust and move accordingly. When I have to go to work, and I think I'm going to take 20 minutes to get ready, I start getting ready about an hour before that. And before I know it, I get to live right on time because I left more time for any contingencies that happen. You can do the same thing to make your life better. And if you're more growth oriented, this will be perfect because, to be honest, things do come up in life. And if you're not fully prepared for it, you can get consumed by a lot of other things that are not necessarily valuable to you. And number 3, have a backup. You can plan to go to the gym, but if it doesn't work out, fall back on your workout plan. For example, if you don't go to the gym or don't make it to the gym because something happened, you can do your 10-minute workout at home and still get a workout in. For example, if your plan is to wake up early every day, you can guarantee yourself to only protect the first 20 minutes of your day. If you protect the first 20 minutes of your day, you're good. You don't have to conquer the whole world in order to succeed. Also, you need to stop trusting the future you. The future you is sweet, but he's also a liar. If it's important, do it now. Do not keep it for later. Write that plan now. Do the task now. Push yourself to do it right away. Because Murphy's Law is always scheduling an event. It's always planning and scheming. So here's the big lesson. Murphy's Law doesn't mean that your goals and plans will not succeed. It just means that your goals need structure. A more rigid one at that. Scott didn't lose because the ice hated him or the gods hated him. He lost because he was depending on everything to go right and did not plan for any extra contingencies. And if you're a Mountain of Growth viewer, you already know we don't plan on perfection. We value progress over perfection, and we build small habits that can change our lives a little bit at a time. So get that plan ready, write it down, start with the smallest achievable thing you can do, and get the ball rolling. Let me ask you, where does Murphy's Law hit you the most? Is it in the morning? Is it when procrastinating? When doing your homework, work, projects? Let me know in the comments section below. And let me know what's worked for you before. Once you identify your weak point, you can protect it. And when you protect it, you start winning more often, more than you lose. And my friends, that is how you climb the ladder of life. Thank you for watching. Let's keep climbing that mountain of growth and see you next time. If you like this video, you will like this principle above that I did last time. Stay tuned and see you in the next video. Bye.